I still remember the day I saw Amina crying because she had nothing to eat. That moment has never left my mind. My name is Musa, and I grew up in the same small village as Amina. We were neighbors. Our homes were made of mud bricks, and when rain fell, the roof always leaked. But Amina's house, hers was the worst. Some nights, her family slept under the stars because water covered the floor. Amina was the quiet type. She spoke only when needed. One day, when we were both about 10 years old, she told me something strange. She said, "Musa, one day I will be the richest woman on earth." I laughed. It sounded impossible. Her family barely had soap, but she didn't get angry. She just nodded, like she knew something I didn't. As we grew older, I watched her closely. She worked harder than anyone I had ever seen. Before sunrise, she fetched water for her mother. After school, she sold firewood. At night, she read borrowed books by lantern light, the smoke making her cough. When we finished secondary school, most girls married early. Amina refused. She said she wanted to learn business. People mocked her. They said she was stubborn and dreaming too big. Some even told her that a girl from a poor family should stay where she belongs. But Amina didn't listen. She started with a tiny groundnut oil stall, no shade, no chair, just her and a bucket. She saved every naira. She never touched her profits unless she wanted to grow the business. Year after year, she expanded. First small, then bigger. Soon she owned a shop, then another. One time I asked her, "Amina, you never rest?" She smiled and said, "When you come from nothing, rest feels like a trap." I saw her fail too. Twice her goods were stolen. Once a fire burnt her shop. She cried that night, but at dawn she was in the market again looking for ways to start fresh. The turning point came when she learned to produce her own oil instead of buying from middlemen. Nobody in our area had tried it. People said it wouldn't work, but Amina tested, learned, failed, learned again, and then it worked. 5 years later, her oil brand spread across the state. 10 years later, she was exporting. 15 years later, people whispered her name like a legend. I sat in front of a TV at a neighborhood kiosk the day an announcer said, "Amina Yusuf, now among the richest women in the world." I smiled so hard my face hurt. But what shocked me most wasn't her wealth. It was what she said during her first big interview. "I did not rise because I am special. I rose because I refused to accept that poverty was my destiny." Today, whenever children in our village talk about giving up, their parents say, "Remember Amina." And I, Musa, the boy who once laughed at her dream, now tell her story everywhere I go, because I saw it from the start, from the hunger, from the tears, from the mud house, and I know it's real.